Robocallers. We all hate them. But what if there's a way that you can make money from robocallers? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. What's up everyone, Paul J. Lipsky here, back with another video teaching you a unique way to make money online. And in this video, I'm bringing on the channel Jackson, who at only 16 years old has made over $20,000 in less than a year from robocallers. And we're gonna find out exactly how he was able to do that and how he's kind of sticking it to these annoying robocallers and making a lot of money in the process. Now, to give some context here, robocallers, that's when you get a phone call. It's obviously an automated call and you're talking to someone, they're trying to sell you a timeshare or solar panels or something like that. That is a robocaller. And technically, that is not allowed under the law, as you're going to hear Jackson explain. Now, Jackson has now found a way to use that to his advantage to make some money. And he's going to tell you exactly how he does it in this video. So if you get any value out of this video as we go over it, and I know you will because this is a fantastic interview, then make sure to smash the like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content about how to make money online. But without further ado, let's bring Jackson on the channel. All right, so we have here Jackson Gosnell. Jackson, how are you? Thank you so much for coming on and explaining this to everyone. It's pretty exciting what you're doing, and I think everyone will be really excited to hear what it is that you're doing. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a lot of fun what I've been doing. I picked up a new skill where I make money from telemarketers who are violating federal telemarketing laws. It's actually pretty easy and anyone can do it.
So what is this? Can you kind of explain this in a nutshell? Because I've never heard of this before, and I'm kind of curious myself.
Of course. So companies oftentimes robocall you to sell you things such as car warranties, health insurance, and solar panels. And those calls are illegal for them to make without your prior express written consent. And it's a violation of the Federal Telephone Consumer Protection Act. So I take these calls, I ask the companies questions, I gather all their information, I research to find out who they are and their address, and then I send them a demand letter. It's called a demand letter, and that basically states, hey, you violated federal law, you owe me $1,500 since I'm on the do not call list.
That's insane. How old are you, Jackson?
I'm 16 and I'm a sophomore in high school, so literally anyone can do it.
And you're literally threatening to sue these, sometimes I'm assuming big companies?
Yeah, they are quite large companies. My parents do help me because you're not supposed to participate in legal negotiations or contract signing under the age of 18. So at that point, whenever they're negotiating and signing those non-disclosures that the company will send you after they agree to pay you, my parents then step in and handle that. But pretty much they receive the letter and then they will contemplate what to say back. Sometimes they deny it, sometimes they say, hey, you caught us. And it's just that easy, and then they will mail a check, and that's pretty much it.
Why don't they just say, hey, we're not going to send you the check, and if you want to sue us, you got to go through the process of suing us?
They don't want to do that because if they were to get sued, then their records would be public information. So just anyone would be able to go and look in and see how this company operates, and they know that what they're doing is wrong, so they do not want that to happen because then, thousands of people would be able to see that they are illegally robocalling people.
Right. So you're 16, you're doing this. Are you intimidated at all? Or maybe the first time, are you intimidating entering into a negotiation with these companies? Was that scary at all, intimidating for you?
Well, it was kind of scary in the beginning because, it's me against a giant corporation, and I'm like, hey, you violated federal law. I'm just a small person, and you owe me money now because of your violation. And after about the first time, I discovered it was pretty easy, and so I mastered it after about the second time, and it just became like second nature for me to do it.
Wow, okay. So let's take a step back now. So does this work with any phone call? Like anyone just calls me out of the blue and can I then threaten to sue them and get $1,500 from them? Or is it only certain calls?
Okay. You cannot. It actually only works for legitimate businesses who are breaking the telemarketing laws. Those folks who call and say they're with the IRS or Social Security Administration, it does not work for scammers.
I'm assuming because you probably can't even like find those people, probably in other countries, and
Yes, definitely. They're violating so many laws. This one that I collect under is the least of their concern.
what qualifies then? Let's say it's a legitimate company and they're calling me. How do I know that if they're calling me and it's something they're doing legally, or if it's something that it would fall under this, that I could threaten them and maybe make some money from it?
Anytime they use an auto dialer, which is why you see those spoofed telephone numbers that you try to call back and they don't ring, anytime they use a spoofed phone number or they do not have your consent to call you, like you have not opted into their calling, then that becomes illegal for them to call you. And a lot of these businesses use softwares that call thousands of people at once, regardless if they know you or know that anything that they are selling applies to you.
Very cool. So then how do you, once you get them on the phone, what steps do you take so that you can then take this to the next level?
So when I get them on the phone, I act as if I'm interested in whatever they're selling. For example, if it's a car warranty, I go along with their little scheme. I say, I have this year vehicle. It has this many miles on it. I would love to get an insurance policy for it. And over the course of that call, I ask questions to determine, who the company is that's calling. Lots of these businesses will use general names like warranty department or something like that. And using that name makes it very difficult to track them. So I try to come up with whatever I can in terms of finding out who they are.
So it requires a little bit of an like investigation on your part.
It does, yeah. So I put a lot of time into researching them and finding out who they actually are.
And can I ask this question? How much have you actually made doing this?
I have made a little over $20,000, and I bought my first car with money from telemarketers.
That is pretty insane, especially at 16. How did you figure this out? Did you figure this out on your own?
Yeah, I did figure this out on my own. I was actually scrolling through YouTube one day, and I saw a report that a Texas TV station done on this. And I thought to myself, well, they would lose their credibility if this was fake, because, it does sound too good to be true. So I went to the website. There's a website that teaches you how to do this. You pay them $47, and you get a 30-page document that explains everything. So I went to the website. I was like, it's $47. It won't be the first or last $47 that I've wasted. So I went for it, and it proved to work out very well for me.
Nice. And I found that website as well. We'll have that linked up in the description if anyone wants to check that out. Now, a big question I was thinking of when I first heard about this is, okay, you sue them once or threaten to sue them, you get the paycheck or the check from them. Aren't people just going to stop calling you at that point?
I've talked to business owners about this, and they say that it's cheaper to actually pay people to settle these claims than it is to change the way that they call people, because they are making so much money off of calling this amount of people that it would actually be more economical for them to just pay the people who catch them.
And then just keep doing it and keep doing it.
Right. And I've actually busted companies more than once. So even after I have received a check from them, they've called me once again.
Wow. That's pretty dumb on their part. And you didn't change the number, like your same number and everything?
Right, my same cell phone number, yes.
So this might be a silly question, but is there a way to get more of them to call you so that you can then catch them, so to speak?
Well, I don't think so, and the reason is because if you try to get them to call you, then that is an opt-in. If you're like going to a bunch of websites and inputting your information, then they consider that an opt-in, and they are allowed to call you based upon that. So this pretty much only works for businesses who do not have your permission to contact you.
Jackson, this was really cool. I really appreciate you explaining this whole process to us. And if anyone wants to get started with this, what advice would you give them? Would you encourage most people to do it, or is this only for certain type of people? What kind of advice would you give someone looking to do this?
I encourage people who are very confident in themselves, and also people who do have a little bit of time during the day, because this is kind of time consuming. I do spend about an hour each day on it. And for those who work, that is kind of a lot of time. My best advice would be patient and be persistent. You're going to have to argue with these people, make them admit that they're at fault, because they know that they are, but they don't want you to know that. So be patient and be persistent.
Well, it definitely sounds like it's worth it if you've been able to buy your own car at 16. Congratulations on all your success with that. And it sounds to me like you're going to be doing some amazing things into the future. So good luck with everything. And thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.
Wow. So I don't know about you guys, but Jackson's story was really inspirational to me. Seeing a guy at 16 years old making $20,000 by doing something that quite frankly is pretty epic and amazing, and I think a good thing for everyone in general, getting these robocallers that we all hate and getting them to pay him money. Pretty awesome stuff. And like he said, like Jackson said, there is ways that you can do this as well. So there is a kit that's available. I'll have it linked up down below. And that kit includes information on the right types of robocallers for you to sort of target, so to speak. And it includes form letters that you can send them so that you can get them to send you these checks just like they did for Jackson. It also comes with a support group on Facebook, and people in there are comparing their wins and comparing, the struggles that they're having so that they can all help each other make money from these robocallers. So if you're interested in checking that out, I will have that linked up down below in the description. And I also have linked up down below Jackson's Instagram account. Now, he has been very generous. He said you guys should definitely go on there and add him and send him a DM. Any questions that you have, he is more than happy to answer them for you. He's really fired up about all the attention he's getting from people who are interested in doing this themselves. So feel free to reach out to him. He was very, very adamant about that. So I'll have his Instagram linked up down below. And guys, if you liked Jackson's story, if you liked that he is destroying the robocallers, then you should definitely give this video 2 big thumbs up, actually only 1 big thumbs up per person. And then make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to learn new and unique ways to make money online, such as what I brought you today, teaching you how Jackson made $20,000 suing or threatening to sue robocallers. And that's all I have for you in this video. I also have 2 other videos that you might be interested in. I'll have them linked up right here. And I do want to end this just as a reminder, letting you guys know that I am not an expert in this area at all. And everything that was said in this video is more for entertainment purposes more than anything else. And even though I am a lawyer, I am not trained in this area at all, so I cannot give any advice as to whether this works or the law regarding this area. That's why I had Jackson on the channel to explain exactly how he's doing it. So guys, again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in one of these future videos right here. Bye for now.